Well, when Ambassador Besho said the late Otto Warmbier, that was pretty hard to take. So I think it's important to define North Korea. We at our hearing where we sued North Korea for wrongful death, which was a very good experience. My daughter got on the stand, and she said, "We're not going to be defined by North Korea. That is the worst, the last country you would want to define you. We're a happy, positive family, and we intend to stay that way. And if anything, we're going to define them." So I think when we have these meetings, the first thing we need to do is we need to define North Korea, the reality, the truth in North Korea. So first of all, let's go back 6 months. And just look at their actions in the last 6 months. In November of last year, Mr. Joe and his wife went missing from the Italian embassy, the North Korean Italian embassy. They left their special needs daughter in her school, and assuming that she would be safe. The North Korean government kidnapped her and took her to North Korea and is holding her hostage now. Think about that. It's the same thing. It's exactly what everybody on this panel is feeling. Mr. Joe and his wife are in hiding now. And it's likely we will not hear from them. Think about it. They took their daughter and she is now in hiding. This is within 6 months. Their behavior doesn't change. And so then if we look recently, and we use this term Chairman Kim, and I swear it makes me sick. He's a criminal. We give him this status on the world stage, and we call him a chairman. He should be called Criminal Kim. If we're afraid to tell the truth of who we're dealing with, we don't stand a chance at making a difference here. We start by telling the truth. So then we say, okay, last week to whatever, Kim says, okay, we are going to limit our rations for our people to 300 grams per day. Think about that, 300 grams per day. That's the equivalent of 5 slices of white bread. This guy has the gall to do this and tell the world that he's doing it. At the same time, he's begging for food from the World Food Program, the United States, and of course, Japan, who is held hostage by North Korea. We support this behavior. In February of this year, the Dutch government seized 90,000 bottles of vodka headed to Pyongyang. Think about it. Dutch customs seized 90,000 bottles of vodka. Yet we are begging this man to meet with us. He is systematically starving the people of North Korea today. This isn't happening. We're not talking about the famine where he killed 3 million people. This is today. Think about it. He gets 90,000 bottles of vodka, 5 slices of white bread for the people of North Korea. The arrogance of this is unbelievable, yet the world continues to enable him. So what is the answer? It's very simple. We need all the countries of the world to want to make a difference. We took North Korea to court. We won a judgment against them. They're a very wealthy country. Kim has billions in Swiss bank accounts. He has assets in every one of your countries. Work with our family. Japan needs to develop a pathway so that its citizens who have been horribly abused by this tyrant have a pathway to seek justice for the treatment. And if we aren't willing to stand up to North Korea, if we're going to coddle this guy and enable him, we're going to have these same conversations 5 and 10 years from now. Every member of Kim's regime is he's a thug, he's a criminal, and he's a murderer. It's that simple. And unless when we sit across from these people, we are able to label them correctly, we are not that. None of us in this room are. And it doesn't mean we can't engage them. It doesn't mean there can't be dialogue. But when we treat them as who they really are, then we'll be able to make a difference here. But until we do that, this is going to be a continued repeat. And it's tragic because the people that are up here, they have loved ones that are being held hostage. The government of Japan is being held hostage. Where do they shoot most of their missiles? Think about that. And there's loved ones there. But let's call it what it is. It's a criminal organization. They're thugs and murderers. Let's start there. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.